the Pleasant Hills Public Library, and I am so excited that you are here with me today for the last STEAM stories of 2021. So, before we get into today's topic, which I think you're really going to enjoy, let's review. Do you remember what all the letters in STEAM stand for? I bet you do, because you're pretty smart. S stands for science. T stands for technology. E stands for engineering. A stands for arts. And M stands for mathematics. And we'll be using all 5 subject areas today while we learn a little bit more about electrical circuits and make this super, really cool flashlight. Ooh, neat, huh? Well, before we learn how to make this really cool popsicle stick LED flashlight, let's learn a little bit more about electrical circuits with some pictures and short videos.
Electricity is all around us, and chances are you can spot at least one electrical device near you right now. Maybe it's a light bulb, maybe it's a clock. The device you're watching this video on is definitely electronic. So how do all of these devices work? Well, every electrical device contains circuits, or a complete path around which electricity can flow. Materials that allow electric current to pass through them easily are called conductors, and they can be used to link the positive and negative ends of a battery or another power source, creating a circuit. Electrical circuits can have switches that allow people to control the flow of the current. When you flip a light switch or push a button on a flashlight, you're completing the circuit. The current can now flow to light that light bulb. When the switch is flipped the other way, the circuit is broken, and it stops the flow of the current, effectively turning off the light. Scientists have been studying electricity for hundreds of years, but it wasn't until the 1800s that they learned how to create a continuous flow of electricity and then to channel that electricity through the use of a current. This discovery led to more amazing discoveries, such as the invention of the light bulb. And like all great inventions, the light bulb can't be credited to just one inventor. Thomas Edison perfected the design of the electric light bulb, and Nikola Tesla pioneered the use of alternating current electricity, which can be transmitted over greater distances than direct current. It was a series of small improvements on the ideas of previous inventors that have led to the light bulbs we use in our homes today. Today's experiment utilizes a small LED light bulb. LED light bulbs were first invented in the 1960s and have improved greatly since. LED light bulbs are now the most energy-efficient lighting option available. To produce the same amount of light as a 60-watt incandescent bulb, an LED light only uses 10 watts. And this is because LEDs use almost all of their energy to create light, whereas incandescent light bulbs give off most of their energy as heat. Every day, we rely on electricity to light a room, heat our homes, power our devices, and bring light and color into our world.
This particular project requires materials that you probably don't have on hand. So, hopefully you can get our handy-dandy take-home kit that's available in our lobby while supplies last. To make our popsicle stick LED flashlight, you're going to need a popsicle stick. We've trimmed the bottom to make it a little bit easier for this project. An LED light bulb with prongs, one positive and one negative. A 3-volt battery. A binder clip with metal prongs. And an 8-inch piece of copper tape. Now, if you can't get copper tape or if something happens to your copper tape, you can also use tin foil in its place. Not included in our kit, but just as necessary, are scissors and non-conductive tape. Clear tape works best, but whatever you have on hand will do. Now let's head over to the craft table to learn how to make these super cool flashlights. So the first thing to do is to open your battery and to find your LED bulb and give them a test. We're going to want to make sure that our light bulbs work. So start by separating the prongs just ever so slightly. Whoopsie, a little too much there. And put one on either side of the battery and press down. Nothing's happening. That's okay. Flip it around, try the other way. Ta-da! Now our light bulb is lit up. and that's because we have completed the circuit. One prong of your LED bulb is positive and one is negative. The longer one is positive, the shorter one is negative. And one side of your battery is positive and one side is negative. It's printed on your battery. Usually the smooth side is the positive side. And so in order to light up your light bulb, you have to connect the positive prong to the positive side of the battery and the negative prong to the negative side of the battery. Phew, try saying that 5 times fast. Once you know your battery works, it's time to get out your copper tape. And like I mentioned in the description of items in our kit, if something happens to your copper tape, like it gets stuck to itself or stuck to something else, or you decide that you need more of it, you can also use aluminum foil for this. The copper tape is just a little bit easier because it's sticky. So we're going to start by cutting it loosely in half. Doesn't have to be precise, but boop, 2 pieces. And you're going to take your light bulb and put a prong on either side of your popsicle stick. Okay, so that the light bulb is on the curved part. We want to keep this part flat so that later our flashlight can sit upright. So very carefully, because it is sticky, peel off the paper of your copper tape. It's tricky. It doesn't want to come off right away. There we go. I got it. Okay. Oops, yeah. It likes to stick to itself. So be careful there, friends. Okay. So now that you have it unstuckified, whoa. Oh, man. Okay. And it's okay if it gets wrinkled. It won't affect it at all. Put your tape on the prong as high up as you can. Let's get a little closer look so you can see what I'm doing. Once you have your tape unpeeled, start at the very top of the prong, making sure to cover the prong entirely with that copper tape. Push it down flat. Whoops, it sticks to itself. Very carefully unstick it. It does that sometimes. And smooth it down. We want the tape to go most of the way down the stick, but not all the way down. Just like that. Once you have one side of the tape done, make sure to do the other side. And then it's time to add the binder clip. So we're going to add it to the flat part, so push it to open and then put the prongs. You want to make sure that the prongs can touch the metal tape on both sides. Ta-da! Now we have to figure out which side the battery needs to go on. So take your handy dandy battery, lift up one of the flaps, and set it down over top and touch down. We got lucky. It worked on the first time. So if you touch the prong down to the battery, it acts as a switch and it turns on the light. Now if yours doesn't turn on right away, don't panic. The first step is to take the battery and flip it. Sometimes the battery's facing the wrong way. The second step is to adjust the battery. If that still doesn't work, try the battery a little higher or a little lower. You want to make sure you have the battery in a working position before you move on to the last step. The last step, of course, is to secure the battery. So once you know that your flashlight works, you're going to take your non-conductive tape. Transparent tape works best, like Scotch tape or whatever you have on handy will work. And you're going to want to tape just the top portion of the battery. You don't want the tape interfering with your circuit. It needs to be able to connect. Pretty cool, huh? Let's take another closer look so you can have a better understanding of what I'm doing. I know sometimes it can be hard to see from way over there. So come a little closer and see what I just did. One of the benefits of having your stick cut and the binder clip on the bottom is that your flashlight can stand upright. You might have to jiggle it a little bit. And the metal parts of the binder clip act as a switch. So when you remove the binder clip from the battery, it turns off. Doesn't matter about the other one. You can leave it on or off, it's up to you. But if both are off, then it's definitely off. If one is on, but not touching the battery, it's not on. If one is touching the battery and one is touching the wire in the back, you've completed the circuit and your flashlight turns on. Super cool, right? We would love to see pictures or even short video clips of your completed Popsicle Stick LED flashlight. Please feel free to email them to us at pleasanthills@einetwork.net or post them to our special Facebook group, Pleasant Hills Library Virtual Programming. If you have enjoyed this kit, this video, or any of our virtual programs or take-home kits, please consider a donation to the library. You can learn more at pleasanthillslibrary.org. Well, friends, this has been the last STEAM Stories virtual program of 2021. We're still working out all the details for 2022, but we're hoping to return to some in-person programs. So make sure to check our social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, and get on our newsletter. You can learn more on our website, pleasanthillslibrary.org. Until I can see you again, stay safe, friends, and I hope you have a wonderful day and a very happy holiday season. See you soon. Bye.